There is no guarantee for success, but there are ways to get closer to it when you do the right things. Who you surround yourself with is just as important as what you do. Finding the right people, the right classes, the right activities, and taking the right tests are all decisions that shape your future. Find out more today on Destination University with Dr. Cynthia Colon. Dr. Colon and her guests will give you the tips you need, whether you're a student, parent, or educator. Now, here is your host, Dr. Cynthia Colon.
You're listening to Destination University. We're running a special series this month called 30 Teens and 30 Dreams. We're following students who've been admitted to college and are dishing on all what they did right and what they would do differently. And they're also revealing where they're going to head to college in the fall. If you are a college-bound teen or a champion of one, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Welcome to Destination University. Today, you're going to meet Keannie. Oh my goodness, this young woman is on a mission and she is going to major in mechanical engineering. I can't wait for her to explain to you what all that means and where she's headed. And before we get started, let's give you the hot tip of the day from bigfuture.org. Bigfuture.org is a free, mobile-friendly personal guide, and it helps students explore careers, plan for college, and help pay for college. And who doesn't need any of those things, right? So speaking of planning and thinking about majors and careers, and like Keannie will share with you how she came up with mechanical engineering, when I work with private clients, I actually use bigfuture.org to help students explore what they're interested in, what their skills are, and they'll see what the potential jobs are and potential salaries. We use that to guide us on our majors, and we use that majors to guide us on exploring colleges. So there you go. That's the hot tip of the day. Head over to bigfuture.org. Okay. All right. I'm ready for Keannie. Keannie, can you hear me? I'm just doing a sound check here.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Here's the actual star of the show, Keannie. I'm super excited I always love to interview girls in STEM. And if you don't know what that means, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics for those who are listening and our younger audience. But here's the thing I love to learn from young women like you, Keannie. When did you know, or how did you decide that you were going to pursue a major in engineering?
From being a freshman in high school, I always knew that I liked math and I enjoyed doing math. So I knew that I wanted to go into the STEM field. I wasn't really sure where exactly I would end up, but I knew I wanted to do something with math. As the years went by, I grew an interest into learning how cars work and learning how certain vehicles work. So I looked into that, and the engineering major that popped up would be mechanical engineering. And I was also enrolled into a robotics engineering class my senior year. So it helped with my deciding factor into what I wanted to major in.
That's really cool. I love that you sort of had an interest in cars, and then that coupled with your coursework with robotics. So I'm assuming you learned how to put things together in robotics class this year, et cetera, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that leads us to, once you sort of decide, okay, I think I'm going to major in engineering, I want to major in engineering. Was that one of your deciding factors on how to create your list of colleges? So other than looking for colleges that had engineering as a major, what else was important to you as you figured out where to apply?
Another thing that was important, my major was extremely important for me in deciding where I wanted to go. Another factor was the campus life and how homey feeling the college gave. It helped me decide where I wanted to go in regards to I know that my major plays a big role, but also ending my 4 years with a college that is peaceful and has a nice community and many different opportunities too, as far as clubs and different programs offered really helped in deciding where I wanted to go.
Now, you attend Bishop Amat, which is a Catholic school, and I wonder if that kind of plays a role, because I know that a Catholic school can feel like family, and it can feel very much like a community. And you've been going to school with sort of the, the same group of students for a long time. So, do you think that that played a role in you wanting to continue that? Obviously, it's not, Bishop Amat has, I don't know, about 250 in your class. You're going to go to a school much bigger than that, but is that why you wanted sort of a homey community feeling?
Yes, definitely. Because spending my 4 years with such a small campus and such like a small community really helped bonding, being able me really helped me be able to bond with the people around me and form like relationships with other people that I would have never thought I'd form a relationship with.
Mhm.
And it helped me get to know other people and the school as a whole as well.
Right, right. I feel like Bishop Amat is small enough for you to know everybody, but big enough that you're still, even in your senior year, maybe still, or maybe up to the junior year, you're still kind of meeting new groups of people. So that was really helpful. Awesome. Can you share with us a little bit about what you were involved in? So, at Bishop Amat, or what kinds of activities and leadership did you have through your 4 years of high school?
For starters, as a freshman, I participated in softball. So throughout my all 4 years, I've been a part of the softball program, and it's where our season starts in the spring, and it goes all the way towards the end of the school year. And through there, I was able to make really close friendships and get to know a lot of girls I would have probably never known, and get to form bonds with my coaches as well.
And one of your coolness factors, or one of your pieces of leadership, is I think you're is it senior class officer or
Yeah,
junior class?
senior class.
Senior
So I applied. I took a risk and I applied to become a senior class treasurer my junior year. It took a little bit of convincing for me to do it, but in the end, I really enjoy doing it. I'm very glad I did enroll and I applied to be senior class treasurer because I feel as if it really helped me get involved with the school more, and it helped me participate in activities I never thought I would participate in, as far as like after school activities or helping set up for retreats or pep rallies, and it just helped me with my overall getting to know the school and the teachers.
who convinced you to submit that application? Was that some mom, dad, or was that someone at school? Who convinced you to do that leadership role?
It was one of my friends, and as well as my parents. My parents also pushed for me to apply.
And would you say that did you know as a junior, were you thinking, was there anything in the back of your mind that was thinking, I'm about to apply to college, I really need to maybe add some activities or leadership? Was that playing a role too?
That a little bit, yeah, I did. Because I had things behind me already, but being able to apply for this role and knowing that it would kind of push my application a little over the edge, really it helped with applying as well.
Good. And I'm glad to hear you don't have any regrets on doing that. So you took a risk, you went outside of your comfort zone. You knew you had the motivation to do it, whether it was because of college applications or just people encouraging you. But I'm glad you can say that, you're glad you did it. So awesome. Along the same lines, there are two questions. Actually, I'll ask you three questions. But the first two are flip of each other. What did you do right, looking at the 4 years as you think about applying to college? These days you can't just roll out of bed in the senior year and say, oh, I think I'm going to apply to college. Like, you really have to kind of plan a little bit. So what did you do right? And maybe some of that you've already shared, but you can expand on that. And then what would you do differently? What would be your advice to students and families who are watching that are freshman, sophomore families?
I did a couple things right in regards to applying. the first thing I did was enroll in your college essay camp for the summer. This camp, it really helped me get ahead in my essays and teach me how to be myself in regards to my writing. It also helped lessen the stress during the school year because I didn't have to worry about writing those essays and just focused on my classes. Another thing I did was talk to my college counselor and also my school counselor very early on in the first few months of my senior year. I would make time during lunch or after school to just go talk to them about what would be the best plan for me to take, and then what, in their opinion, how would I be able to like apply to this college, or any questions I had, I would go like right after school or during lunch and just go talk to them for a little bit. And
Okay, I'm going to pause right now because that is so great. I feel like that's a golden nugget. And it seems so obvious, but I'm telling you, parents who are listening, I'm telling you, students don't take advantage of the resources right in front of their face. And school counselors, any counselor, college counselors, your school counselor, mentors, they are great resources and people want to help. So Keannie, I'm so glad that you said you would go, any question you had, you would go and you would ask. So awesome. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Third and final thing I did was I made a list like at the beginning of the school year of all the things I needed to do before applying. As far as I wrote down like due dates of applications and scholarship due dates, as well as like what needed to be done or information I needed to retrieve before applying. Because there was some information on some applications that I needed to dig deeper or like ask my parents for. So I made sure to write that down and make sure to get that information before I did apply.
I think that the students and families just don't know how much time all of this takes. Would you agree with that?
It takes a while.
It takes a long time. And then it's always, I remember needing information from my mom about finances, and, it took her time to then go find it, and et cetera, et cetera. So yeah. You have to assume it's going to take twice as long as you think it's going to take. Okay, so what advice would you give yourself if you were going to do this all over again? If you were to start as a freshman, you're 8th grade now and you're going to be a freshman come fall, what would you say to yourself?
A couple of things. I would say a couple of things. I do regret some things. Some advice I would give would be to do really deep research into any colleges you're interested into applying to make sure that they have the major you want to go into, and to look into like the clubs and opportunities given there, as well as to see how the dorms and like the community is, and just to make sure that the school you're gonna apply to is one that you think would be a good fit for you and one that you're really interested in. And then another thing would be just to set aside time for college research and applications, because trying to squeeze this time in right like randomly in between classes or just between homework is really stressful. So my advice would be just to choose a couple of days in the week and set a time where you can just solely focus on anything college related.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did not pay her to say any of this. I'm telling you, these are things I say all the time. This is a temporary part-time job. If you are a current junior right now, we're in April right now as we're recording this, and you're about 7 months away from applying to college. So I tell my private clients, and then when we start with camp, like, you have to set aside a couple hours a week to just do your research, just to follow up with emails, just to get your ducks in a row. Otherwise, you'll just be pulling your hair out in senior year. I don't know how students do it all in the senior year. It's crazy making. So, okay, that's good advice. That's really good advice. Awesome. I wanted to ask you a third question, and I think the answer is no. But did you take SATs or ACT? Did you take any testing?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I know a lot of people chose to. I myself did not, mostly because I was just simply not prepared, and I wanted to solely focus on the classes coming up my senior year, because I knew that those classes were going to be really tough, And so trying to squeeze in applying to colleges and SAT, it would not fit with my schedule.
Right, right. Preparing for standardized testing again, takes even more time. So that's number one. And number two, for anyone who's watching or listening, if you are applying to only California public schools, Cal States or University of California system, they are test free, test blind, in other words. So you don't have to submit them. So if you're only applying to just those colleges, there's no need to actually take the exam. So there's a bit of good news for you. Okay, so I think we're at that time right now. Keannie's about to reveal where she's headed, where she's chosen. She has several great options. You were admitted to UC Riverside, San Diego State. My goodness, I mean, it's tough. Like, people would give their right arm to get into San Diego State. That's hard. And Cal Poly Pomona. Hello, all great options for mechanical engineering. So, drum roll, please. All right, Keannie, go ahead. Tell us where you're going.
I'm going to Cal Poly Pomona.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Okay, and I think you've got some champions, believers, and supporters right there near you. Where's Dad?
Right here.
Hi, Dad. Okay, good.
Hello.
Well, I think you're wearing green too.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to your daughter?
What can I say? I'm very proud of her. The fact that she's done a lot of this on her own. The fact that she's done a lot of the research. I mean, she spent a lot of time considering the schedule she had with school and playing sports, and then on top of that, trying to figure out, what universities I would like to attend. And I mean, kudos to her. I'm very proud of her. The fact that she's maintained the GPA that she's maintained. She was able to get accepted by almost every single college that she applied to. So.
It's so amazing. It's amazing. Now, Keannie, how did you decide? Once you were admitted, and I know, again, obviously the engineering was really important. So what about Cal Poly Pomona really stuck out for you? Go ahead and share with us.
I know that it's a college that's very focused on engineering and has a good reputation for engineering. So that played a big role as well. And I live quite a couple minutes away from the school. And just passing by it and seeing the campus, it's a really beautiful campus. So that helps a lot too.
Great. And as we were talking about before we went live, I was asking you if you were going to specifically be majoring in mechanical engineering right away, or there's Mom. Hi, Mom. Good. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question in just a minute. But Keannie, share what you shared with me earlier, how the process works at Cal Poly in terms of all the students start out doing what? Go ahead.
All the students start out just as with a general basis of the different types of engineering that they have as majors. And then towards the end, they're able to choose what specific type of engineering they want to go into.
Right. So for those who are watching and listening that are younger, have younger students as freshmen, sophomores, you may want to understand that with engineering, there's mechanical engineering, aeronautical engineering, electrical engineering, biomedical engineering. I can keep going, chemical engineering, etc. So what Keannie is saying is that at the beginning, everyone as a freshman starts out sort of just as a general engineering major before diving into a specific one. So there you go. Hi, Mom. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
What would you like to say to your daughter?
I like to say that I'm very proud of her, all the things that she has done and accomplished throughout all these years. And I am very, very happy that she's able to sit here and to explain everything that went through all those years and how hard she worked to get to this point. So I'm very proud of her.
Yes, yes. It's a journey. It's a journey. And you deserve everything that you achieved, Keannie. I'm so super proud of you. I remember being on the campus at Bishop Amat doing that essay camp, and everybody just coming in every day getting your stuff done. So bravo to you. You're a young woman headed to a STEM major, mechanical engineering. You love cars, and you're going to just soar once you're at Cal Poly Pomona. So, super excited for you. Okay, hang on one second. I'm going to do a wrap up and then we'll all say wave goodbye, okay? I'm telling you, this was a treat to just hear from Keannie, you guys who are listening. If this episode has in any way fueled your confidence or helped to build your dreams, please share this episode with 3 people in the next 30 minutes. And how could it not fuel your confidence? Those parents who are out there listening or watching, please join us on Facebook, on our Facebook group, Destination University, YOU, because the destination is not university, the destination is you. And you heard Keannie, and you've heard so many of our students talk about SA Camp, and certainly Keannie is an alum of our SA Camp from last summer, and now this summer classes, the classes for summer of 2022 are officially open. You can go to drcynthiacolon.com/SA Camp and enroll there or learn more information. All right, so continue to follow us for the rest of this month, 30 Teens and 30 Dreams, where more students will dish out. Okay, all right, wave everybody, wherever you are. I hope you're having a happy and sunny day and great tips from Keannie. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening this week to Destination University. Be sure to join Dr. Cynthia Colon again and get one step closer to your success.